Most people using Cursor are still treating it like a fancy autocomplete. They type, it suggests, and they hit tab, and that's it. But Cursor is not an autocomplete tool. It's an agent system. And the difference between someone who knows that and someone who doesn't is about 10x the output in half the time. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 8 hacks that will completely change how you use Cursor, whether you are a vibe coder just starting out there or a developer who has been building for years. These are not surface level tips. These are the habits that separate engineers who ship from engineers who spiral. Let's go. Hack number 1. You should not use one particular model for every task. So as you can see, you have different tasks over here. Agent, plan, debug, ask. All of these different modes are there, right? You have this auto mode over here. When you choose auto mode, Cursor can pick up any model over there like Codex, GPT or Gemini or whatever is there, Opus, right? You should not do that thing because latest models basically consume more of your tokens. Whatever plan you are, it will consume your tokens really fast. So what you can do, here's the hack. If you are planning, okay, you use the most efficient model over here. You can use Opus 4.6, which is one of the best model over there. Once the plan is created on execution, you can use Composer 2, which is from Cursor, or you can even use some other Sonnet or other models which does not consume that many tokens, right? Before we dive deep into the different hacks, I want to show you that there are 4 different modes which you must be aware about, because there are many people who even asked about this thing, that how this different modes work. So in ask mode, you can simply ask, it will not execute. You can just ask Cursor that what needs to be done or whatever questions you have for particular development tasks which are there. In debug mode, once the feature is developed, you can debug that particular feature and it will help you to test that feature. In plan mode, we will see that how we can leverage this, where you have a chat and understanding that, okay, I want to develop a particular feature, and it will create a full-fledged plan with a mermaid explanation, flow chart and everything that will help you to understand that, okay, this is how the plan will be and the phases which it will have, like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, will divide like that and execute. So when you go for the execution, you can just simply ask that, okay, I want to execute this phase 1 only as of now, and then you can develop the phase 2. Likewise, you can iterate. That will help you to debug the features efficiently, and it will also not consume your tokens in one go. Number 4 is the agent mode. In agent mode, you can simply ask it to develop a particular feature and it will work on that independently. It's beyond ask or debug or plan, where it will simply go and do the work for you. So that is the beauty of Cursor. Cursor rule file is one of the important aspect of Cursor when you're developing a particular project or whatever app or anything. Many of us forget to put that thing in place. Cursor file ensures that you are having basic sanity checks when anything is getting developed, for example, functions, payments, or whatever is there. For example, as you can see, this I have created recently. It was not there. I used a lot to create this thing. I gave basic information that what exactly this tool is about. All of those information has been mentioned over here. As you can see over here, output quality, it has mentioned that what exactly should be there when it is creating the content, how should be the architecture, how should be the folder structure, very critical from architecture perspective. Naming convention, what it should follow the best practices. So that's important to mention the naming convention over there. Styling, everything is there, that how the styling should be there. I'm using Supervis for the backend functions and everything all there. Dodo payment. Many of you might not be aware about Dodo payments because Stripe is not available in India. So I have to use Dodo payments. In that case, it is very critical. I will tell you why. Stripe is one of the most popular payment integration channel out there. That's why all the models suggest, if you ask about if you are going to do anything in like payment integration, they will start suggesting you or assuming that you are using Stripe only. They don't know that you are going to use Dodo payments. Even though if you're, let's say, implemented Dodo payment, they will forget that thing, that you have implemented Dodo payment and not the Stripe. So later on, whenever you are going to develop or do any changes in the payment integration, they will forget. So in that case, it's critical to mention that I'm using Dodo payment, and these are the things you should be aware about. That's the criticality of cursor rules. That is why you should have some rules when you are developing any project out there. And as you can see, further things are there like security, testing, version control, context management. You will encounter context rot. I'll explain you what exactly it is. This is a critical hack that will help you save a lot of tokens in the long run. You just need to set it up in a project group directory and it is done. So that's about cursor rules. When you are going to implement a particular API, or let's say you're doing integration of YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, or any other thing which is there, right, for email marketing, anything, just grab the documentation of that particular API and give it to Cursor. I'll show it to you how to do that. So let's say that I'm going to implement YouTube API, okay, with Worldwide Collab. So I'll just go over here, YouTube API, and I'll click this, and we'll just click on this one. And we have this particular thing, right? Now you have this guides over here. You have references, samples, support, everything is there, right? I'll just click on home and grab this particular URL and go to cursor. Now you will simply go to settings, indexing and docs, and now over here, simply add doc, provide the link and click enter and just see the magic. Confirm this. Now it started. It is indexing the whole document for us. It is indexed, I guess so. Now you just click on this. 756 pages. Now how you can use that particular doc? It's very easy. Just click on @ and YouTube data API. Now it is over there. Now you can simply add that develop a particular feature where I can bring, or a user can add a YouTube video and convert that YouTube video into, let's say, a LinkedIn content or Twitter or YouTube or something like that, or present me ideas based on that particular video to create more YouTube videos, right? So these are the things which you can do with documents. So another hack which you must implement right away is skills. So you must have heard about the skills in Claude or in OpenClaw and now in Cursor also. So as you can see over here, skill is basically something which you can invoke when you want to do a particular job. So let's say I'm creating a landing page where I want to make sure that all the basic SEO things are getting followed. What I will do, I'll just create a particular skill. Now we'll go to Cursor and we'll click on new. Okay, so just creating a skill on its own. Go to agent mode and ask. Even that should be sufficient. The skill for Cursor to, let's see what it comes up with. The Cursor has created the skill MD file for SEO and the reference MD file for SEO. As you can see here, we will just go to that file and see what exactly it has created. So the name has been given to it, SEO, and the description has been given that it helps with all SEO related work, including meta tags, structured data, open graph, technical SEO, everything, right? And now it is talking about how all this tags should be there and whatnot, right? Now in the technical SEO, it is talking about the robots.txt also sitemap.xml, canonical URLs. Many times I've seen that when they're developing the pages, they forget about the canonical URL, which is critical, right? Now you have this content keyword optimization. Core Web Vitals is again a thing which they forget when they are developing the pages, right? Now you have this SEO code review checklist. In every skill, they give it the name to it. For example, SEO skill, and in that folder they have this two files. One is for skill.md and another is for reference.md. In reference.md, they have the detailed explanation of what exactly should be there. As you go over here, it is talking about FAQ pages, breadcrumb list, Then for the product, how the product schema should be there, and open graph image specifications are there. And then you have meta robot directives. All of these things are there, right? How we can use that, I'll just show it to you. All you need to do is that go on this chat box and use as you can see the command I've already written. You need to simply put forward slash and write SEO, and it will call the particular skill which you want to call. So I'm calling the SEO over here, and I've already written. I'll go into ask mode, and it's okay. I think Sonnet 4.6 is fine. So we can just give this command and we'll wait for it to do the audit. It will take some time to finish. Now, as you can see over here, it has referred the SEO skill. It read first what exactly is mentioned in this skill and then did a thorough audit. Now it has gone into all the different files and it has created the report, what all the meta tech coverage, critical gaps it has identified, and in the page with helmet but incomplete, it is talking about all of those things which needs to be done. And then index.html global head issues it has identified according to that. Now structured data audit schema is present, and what's missing, there is all of these things are missing over there. Then you have this sitemap gaps. In sitemap XML it is able to find that these are the files which are missing. Also all last mode dates are hard coded. This should be updated to reflect actual content modification dates. Canonical URL issues, as I was telling you when we were creating this skill, that canonical URL is a thing which all these tools miss when they create the pages. Heading hierarchy issues, image SEO issues. So you are ahead when you use this type of skills. There are many different use cases. Drop me in the comment below what you are going to create with these skills. Has this ever happened to you? You start a cursor session. The AI is sharp, helpful, exactly what you need. Then 30 minutes later, it's confused, contradicting itself, undoing things it just did. That's not the model having a bad day. That's context rot. Context rot is what happens when the agent's mental model drifts from the actual state of your disk during a long session which you are having. The editor shows one thing, the disk has another, and the AI is reasoning from stale information. And let's see the context lodge. I hover on this thing, which shows that 60% is the context window which has been used. That is 120K out of 200K context have been used. So in that case, what you can do, you can just simply go over here and forward slash and summarize, and it will just summarize the whole chat for it. So whenever the context windows goes beyond 50 or 60%, you do this thing. Or else what you can do, once the job is being done from that particular window, you open a new window and you start a fresh chat. So that will help you to save a lot of tokens. Now it is summarizing the whole thing. We'll just wait for it to summarize. The chat has been summarized. Now I will show you one more thing where how you can deal with the context sort. Simply go to settings, and over here, if you go to indexing, you see here the code base indexing, it shows it has been 100%, everything has been synced. Sometimes when you are working for long hours, let's say 2 or 3 hours, then you just go over here and just click on the sync and force sync it. So that will make sure that you are working on the latest model or the latest code base which you are having. So that is about the context rot. Another important hack that you should be aware about is called as MCP. MC is Model Context Protocol. You must have heard about this term, but very few people use it actively when they are developing any project or working on any project. What you simply need to do is that go to the settings, and then in settings you have something called tools and MCP. As you can see here, I have added two MCP. One is for the Dodo knowledge and another is for the supervis. So let's say if I have to do anything related to functions or storage or users or anything related to that which comes under the umbrella of supervis, I can get it done from this MCP, it can interact with the Supabase. So Supabase gives a access token, which I have added over here. You just simply can search about how the, let's say, Dodo payment is there. So how Dodo payment MCP things look like, and you have this whole thing over here where you can see this. The first is for the Dodo knowledge, and another is for the Supabase. I have blurred it over here, but that is this access token for Supabase. So likewise, you can keep adding the different tools MCP over there, and it will interact with that. What is the difference between just interaction and development? So let's say example of Dodo itself. If I have to get something done related to payment gateway, it will directly do into Dodo. I don't need to open the Dodo payments thing, all right, because it has this handshake that has been done between Cursor and Dodo payments. It means that whatever I do from here will reflect over there. Similarly for Supabase, similarly for any other tool, let's say Brevo or whatever I add to develop this particular project. So that's about MCP. You must use it. So another important hack that I want to talk about is using browser inside the cursor. When I started using cursor for a very long time, I didn't knew that there is this concept where you can simply open the browser inside the cursor. I always used to open the localhost in Chrome. What problem it creates is that you need to take the screenshot over there and tell the cursor that this is what I want to develop and whatnot. You can simply open the browser in cursor. What it helps is, I will just tell you, let's say if I have to change this hero section of my website, I can simply take a screenshot, and the screenshot is added in the chat as you have seen over there, right? That is one of the most useful thing of opening a browser inside this. Another thing is that once you are inside this, you click on this button and I can select a particular element over here. So let's say if I have to remove this stuff itself, I can just click on this and that div has been added over there. And now I can ask simply that these are the changes I want to do in this particular div. And I can also take a screenshot along with that, so that the thing is confirm that, okay, this is how it looks like and this is what it is. It makes the whole thing easy for that. Again, it is a context management thing which you are doing, where you exactly tell that this is what needs to be done in this specific part. It is not going to read the whole landing page of yours. And then again saving context, again saving tokens for you, again saving money for you. In continuation of what we just learned, this is another hack which is powerful, which you might have seen in some browser-based web development or app development platforms like Lovable or Replete, where you can edit visually, right? So if you might be wondering that how you can do that in Cursor, it's really easy. I have selected this text. Now if I do increase the font size, so font is there, and this is the pixel. So let's say try to make it 100. You got it right. By doing 50, it's very big. My 30. Now you can see that a change is happening. If I apply, I have the 9 edits over here. If I apply, all of this will be permanent. You can undo this thing, all the edits, and that's it. You can apply this thing and you can do the changes. You can change the text also, you can change, and you can play around, do a lot of stuff, right? So that is the beauty of this particular hack, where you can visually change the color, the font text, the size, alignment, and everything. Another tip that I want to talk about is when you commit the changes in the Git, you can use this small button over here. It will generate and give a better description than us. So whenever you are going to commit this thing, you just simply click the button on that. It will generate the text. It understands that, okay, what changes you have done, and accordingly it will give a proper description to that particular commit, and it will merge it. One more thing that I want to talk about is finding the issues. So you can just simply click on this find issues, and it will testing. It will do the review of the whole code. It will not do the testing. It will review the code, that how the code is, what all the problems are there, and then you can push the code. Before pushing the code, you can do this. You can use this feature to understand what issues might be there, in your codes that has been developed by Cursor. So that helps to have another sanity check before you push to the live environment. So as you can see, agent review found no issues, which means that you can commit the changes which you have made. So these are the hacks that I want to talk about, which will help a lot in your project development, in your app development, whatever you're working on. Make sure that you use it and implement it right away. If you have anything that you would like to share with me, and you think and that might be helpful for everyone, please comment below. I would like to know about that. Thank you for watching this. Please hit a like button, share with others who might benefit from this, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.